Hi. So I have a new lighting setup, so if I look a little different, the angle's a little different. That's why. But I actually kind of like this better. This light's a lot. I'm not used to it. I'll have to like look into it, but so far I think I look great. So we are going to continue with the book haul I started earlier with a different setup. Oh, crazy times. Yeah, I just couldn't deal with my ring lights anymore, but welcome back. Welcome to my book haul. So, for the next book, 3 out of 4 of these are Elena Ferrante. So, I'm just telling you now. But I look really good. I really like this setup. But yeah, look at this. Let's get started. So, this is the story of a new name by Elena Ferrante. And this is a summary 2012. Okay, no. In the story of a new name, Lila has recently married and made her entree. That sounds like food. Maybe entrance into the family business, because again, Elena Ferrante is Italian, so this is translated. So some things, although I trust and believe whoever worked on this worked very hard, and it's gonna be amazing, I think sometimes summaries and stuff like that, when you're reading like translation things, are like, they can be a little wonky. So, in the story of a new name, Lila has recently married and made her entrance into the family business. Elena, meanwhile, continues her studies and her exploration of the world beyond the neighborhood that she so often finds stifling. Love, jealousy, family, freedom, commitment, and above all, friendship. These are signs under which both women which live out this phase of their stories. Marriage appears to have imprisoned Lila. The pressure to excel is at times too much for Elena, yet the two young women share a complex and evolving bond that is central to their emotional lives and is a source of strength in the face of life's challenges. In these novels, Elena Ferrante gives readers a poignant and universal story about friendship and belonging. Okay, so this is also part of that series. I think I'm like reading the summaries out of order, so bear with me. So we have another Elena Ferrante book, it is called Troubling Love. And it looks a lot shorter, like almost like novella length, but the text is a little more like big blocks and like closer together, so we'll see. This cover is really interesting too. I really like how it's like matte blue and you just have a silhouette of like a woman's body. Very cool, very, very interesting, very unique to look at. So, following her mother's untimely death, Delia sets off on a breathtaking odyssey through the chaotic, suffocating streets of her native Naples in search of the truth about her family. Reality is buried in the fertile soil of the memory, and Delia digs deep to reconcile the past with the mysterious events leading up to her mother's death. Spurred by a series of anonymous phone calls, Delia reconstructs her mother's final days, and with every new discovery, must face the possibility that her mother was not at all the person Delia imagined her to be. Oh boy. To learn the truth and untangle the knot of lies, passions, and memories that bind mother and daughter, Delia must return to her roots, to the Naples of her childhood. And this is one of the most celebrated Italian novels of recent decades, and subsequently a successful film by director Mario Martone. Troubling Love is Elena Ferrante's astounding first novel. Oh, okay. So this was her debut. And I didn't know it was a film. I will have to look into that. I'm American Italian myself, so. And I took Italian in high school, so. I know a little bit about that, but not enough, clearly. So, for the next one, we have our only book not by Elena Ferrante in this pile, and it's Unnatural by Mia Sheridan. Mia Sheridan. I'm sorry, I was trying to make sure I read it quickly. Oh, it's on the spine. Isn't that cute, though? I really like this cover. I like the fall leaves and the colors. And how the spine's just red. And then there's the back. You've got, like, plain red where the words are, but then it fades into, like, the trees. And I just think that's so cool. Autumn Sterling knows more than she'd like to do about pain and survival, as one of only a handful of children who made it to adulthood after being exposed to a horrific drug that swept impoverished communities decades earlier. Autumn is focused on living a full, rich life as a nurse. I have a cousin named Autumn who's actually a nurse, so this is funny. And yet she can't seem to let go of him. The boy she once called her Moonlight Monster. The boy they tried to convince her was merely a dream brought on by her medications. But how could he be anything but real? When she touched him, felt him, made him laugh. When she woke with tangled signs of him still, tangible signs of him still on her skin. Excuse me. Years later, when Autumn spots that same moonlit hair on a busy city street, her new life turns upside down. The boy, now a man, has suffered on a level even Autumn can't imagine. And it is this anguished soul, Sam, her moonlight monster, who is the link to every question about her past that's ever haunted her. As a murky picture of cruelty and corruption emerges, it's only Sam who could fully expose an evil too ghastly to comprehend, and it's only Autumn who he'll let close enough to his darkness and wounded heart to see the truth. Wow. That's really cool. So, that kind of sounds like a thriller meets a second chance romance. I'd love to see it. So this is The Days of Abandonment by Elena Ferrante. It has a cool cover. Kind of looks like that statue. It kind of looks like an old painting too. A little bit. She's like looking in a mirror. So I feel like it's interesting. I know it's referenced to like older art, Italian statues or something. I need to brush up on my arts and literature so I feel more intellectual. One April afternoon, right after lunch, my husband announced that he wanted to leave me. He did it while we were clearing the table. The compelling novel that shocked audiences in Europe with its unsentimental and unyielding depiction of motherhood, marriage, and solitude tells the story of one woman's headlong descent into what she calls an absence of sense after being abandoned by her husband. Olga's days of abandonment become a desperate, dangerous free-for-all into the darkest places of the soul as she roams the empty streets of a city that she has never learned to love. When she finds herself literally trapped inside the four walls of her apartment in the middle of a summer heat wave, Olga is forced to confront her ghosts, the potential loss of her own identity, and the possibility that life may never return to normal again. Rarely have the foundations upon which our ideas of motherhood and womanhood rest been so candidly questioned. Some readers have found Elena Ferrante's depiction of an abandoned woman scandalous and reprehensible, but others relentlessly honest. But readers and critics alike agree the days of abandonment demand serious attention. Okay, so this sounds cool. This author sounds like she does a lot of women's lit fic, so I'm totally here for that. But yeah, that is part 2 of my book haul. Thank you for joining me. I really like this new setup. Let me know what you think. And yeah. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.